Good morning, everybody. It is 6:30 this morning. It is lovely and crisp, and I am out for my morning walk. Welcome to week 3 on UK World War II rationings. My name is Rachel, and these are my midlife musings. Now, I'm sorry if it gets a bit louder than it normally does, because I have had to go a different route. How do you say that? A different path that I normally take, because it is now that time of year where the magpies are swooping. So our favourite walking spot we can no longer do right now, because kiddo came home the other day from a walk and said, "Oh, Mum, it's that time of year again." So yeah, I'm now on a different path than I usually take, but that's okay. It's still a lovely walk, and I am looking forward to week 3. And as you can see, the street lights are still so it's early this morning. I should have got gloves. My fingers are freezing. So I've been really enjoyed the last 2 weeks. I'm looking forward to week 3. I was actually amazed at how many rations I had left this week. There was more than I thought. I just obviously got lost in all the cheese, the yummy cheese, and forgot to eat other protein sources. So I am looking forward to dealing with those this week, cooking with those. Found some new recipes that I can make that I'm excited about. One I'm not sure about, especially with the flavour combination, but I'll give it a whirl and see how it goes. All right, I'm going to get to it now. I'm going to put my hands in my pocket. It's freezing, and I will catch you later. Like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, on to my rations left over from week 2. I didn't use any of my meat, no pork, no chicken. I just used lots and lots of cheese. And even with all the cheese that I used, here's some still left from week 1. And some left from week 2. That was 73 grams all up, or 77 grams, something like that. Onto the eggs. I still didn't use all of my eggs. There were 5 left. And tea bags, again, lots and lots of tea bags left over. I think it was 15 total. 14, 15, yep. And again, so much margarine left over. I guessed it all cheese. It was all cheese this week. It was all about cheese, grommet. Barely touched the oil, as you can see. It's just building up and building up. And again, even with the cooking, I barely used any. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm not using all my oil. Still 83 mils of milk left as well. So again, I'm drinking lots of milk, but not using it all up. So on to the imaginary chickens for this week. Hello, girlies. Let's see what you got for me. I'm going with a 6-sided die this week to see if I got a chance of getting something less than 6. Yay, I got a 1. Finally. Oh, thank you, chickens. And this week's rations for week 3, cheese, more cheese, grommet. Wallace would be very happy. And I went with a smoked turkey this week because I couldn't get the bacon and the ham that were vegan. More chicken and more pork. So I've got lots planned for this week, so I'm excited to get to that. To 2.2 litres of milk again, as always. Now, tea, I'm not taking a tea ration this week because I still have 15 tea bags. I'm not adding another 25. And the same with the oil, the margarine ration. I'm not adding any of that. I did add my lard ration for cooking oil, but I'm definitely not adding any margarine this week. Instead, what I will be having is, drum roll please, peanut butter. For the margarine and the olive oil, the total fat ration for the margarine, I'm taking unsalted peanut butter. because I just think it would be better for some variety, and I'll actually have a chance of using it, I think. And there's my 1 egg from this week and the 5 eggs left from last week. Yeah, that's my rations for this week. Now, this is a meatloaf experiment that I did last time I did rationing back in February. Was week 2, and I enjoyed it, but I couldn't remember what it was like, the texture. And I'm also doing different herbs this time because, again, I don't have the time or the oregano to put in it. This is it all mixed in together in the container. I didn't need to show you me making meatloaf. I'm sure you all know how to make meatloaf. You just bung it all in the bowl, mix it together, and then in the pan. Put all those lovely oats in there. And yeah, here they are. Look, it's really meaty, really thick, really tasty. And yeah, I probably could have cooked a little bit less, but I just wanted to get the nice brown on top. And there it is, plated up with just some steamed veg and microwave baked potato, and of course gravy. Can't have it without gravy. So yeah, that was my dinner that night. It was delicious. Probably a bit crumbly, but I'll play with that with some more milk. Now onto a recipe that I've been wanting to make, rabbit surprise. I'm using one of the portions of chicken as a small rabbit. I didn't have enough rice. I wanted a pint of rice. I'm only doing 2 portions. It wants to do 4. I didn't have half a pint of rice, but I thought 125 grams is enough. I certainly wasn't going to try and do more rice, so I just put that on to boil. Done the gravy in the microwave. It's a bit lumpy at the bottom, so I need to stir it and then cook it some more because it's still runny. Sorry about the microwave noise, but that's what it is. Now it said onion chopped, so I'm just chopping the onion. I just love the sound of slicing onion, the crunch of the knife through the onion on the wooden chopping board. I just really like the sound of that. I tried glass chopping boards once, never going back to them again. Oh, it was awful for my ears. Not good for the knives either. Oops, I forgot to put a damp cloth underneath the board. Oh well. I'll just be gentle and slow and careful. Now it says to slice the tomatoes, but I'm just trying to figure out how that's gonna work because I wasn't paying attention to the gravy and it all boiled over. Oh, now I have to clean it. As I was saying, I'm wondering how that's going to work because there's rice, there'll be chopped chicken, aka rabbit, and then slices of tomato mixed in with the rice. And I'm really not sure how that's going to work. And oh my God, these knives are so blunt. I thought it was a sharp knife. Why isn't it cutting the tomato? Oh, the tomato's old, that's why. I think it's one of the ones up the back of the fridge, so it kind of got a bit partially frozen and then defrosted, so it's all squidgy. And so anyway, yeah, I decided to not go with the sliced and just went with chopped because that would be easier to mix in and better texture eating wise, I think, than the slices. Man, that is not a happy tomato. Okay, that's much better gravy. I just started again. I couldn't salvage what was left. And I had to take the sand out of this because there was so much clanging and banging from the spoons and the saucepans and the microwave going off and other people talking in the background. So it was just... So yeah, rice. I did the British way of boiling it in extra water, like that's what the recipe said. Normally I just do the absorption method. So that was new for me too. I didn't like it. I much prefer the absorption method. but I had to follow the recipe. So that's a little different than not cutting the tomato the same way. If you don't cook the rice the way they want it, it might be different, too firm or whatever, I don't know. This was already brown rice, which is different than they wanted, which was white rice. But I'm putting pepper in, and here was a surprise, I guess. I assume this is a surprise. Ginger. I'm really not sure what ground ginger is doing in this dish with these ingredients. Maybe it goes really well with rabbit, I don't know. Maybe it's a sign of the times, but I was really confused about why ginger was going in. They did offer a choice of cayenne pepper, but I didn't have that. So now on to the chicken. That's frozen still, so I need to defrost it in the microwave, and that was more loud noise. But yeah, we have a board dedicated to the meat, a specific size that is only used for meat for chopping. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with the knife. It's the same knife. It's going through the chicken just fine. It must have been the tomatoes. Yeah, there was something up with that tomato. Now, I filmed a lovely shot of me tipping the chicken into the pan, but I forgot to push record. So I realized, luckily I realized halfway through the cooking and could get some of the chicken cooking because I just liked sizzling. But yeah, here we go, checking the book again. I was I had so much brain fog with this, and it was a new recipe, and I was already cutting it down by half, so I didn't know what dish to use, and all the other dishes weren't the right size, so I just thought, you know, I'm just going to go with a meatloaf loaf pan. At least then I can sort of just cut it in half. However it ended up, I've just cut it in half and scoop it out. So yeah, it was the lovely texture. It smelled good at this point. Confusing, but good. I'd read the recipe through, but I was just trying to figure out what the gravy was going to do on the top too. Was it like a barbecue sauce on a meatloaf to keep the top moist? But I wasn't sure because you're covering it anyway. So I was really trying to figure this recipe. I was so confused by this recipe. It was unlike anything I'd made before. Especially laying it. I don't understand why it's laid. I'm assuming that's the surprise, that you think it's going to be just a rice loaf. And then there's the rabbit. Hey, there's some meat. Oh, that would be it. Hey, there's meat in it. That's the surprise. There's actually meat in the food, in the meal. Okay, now I understand the surprise. It's not the ginger, which is surprising to me, but the rabbit that was a surprise for those you're dishing it up for. I was very tired by this point, just leaning on the bench. I'm amazed that I got this done. It was so much more than I thought. I thought it was going to be an easy recipe, but no, it was a lot more steps than I'd anticipated. Especially with me back and forth between the book, I was just so confused. The brain fog just wouldn't let me do my executive function like usual. So I struggled with this, guys. I really struggled on several levels. Here she is, ready for the oven. Checking the recipe again. Temperature. Yeah, what temperature? Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. Wait. Hey. There wasn't even a moderate what that kind of temperature, so I went with 30 minutes at 180 fan forced and hope for the best. It's an interesting texture, but it looks tasty. And I really like the steamed veg with the cold salad the other day, so I did that again. It smells really good. I was really hungry at this point. I am so hot after cooking that. Start off in a hoodie, but Mum and Dad were cold, so they turned the heater on. So I'm in the kitchen with the oven going, the heat. I'm so hot, and this is still so steamy. So yeah, rabbit surprise, chicken surprise. I'm really not sure how this is gonna taste. I mean, it looks lovely, and it smells interesting. I can't really smell the ginger. I'm assuming it's added a bit of zest, a bit of spice. I wasn't gonna go buy cayenne pepper just for this one recipe, something we don't usually use. So there we go, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I think I did the right call not slicing the tomatoes, because that would have been interesting trying to pick all that up on a spoon, or even with a knife and fork. So I think I did the right thing dicing the tomatoes. I'm just trying to give it a chance to cool off. I ended up cooking it 10 minutes longer than the half an hour, just because it still looked a bit liquidy. So can't put it off any longer. I've got to taste this, got to see what it's like. I'm nervous. I'm not sure how the ginger's going to go in this. I'm really nervous, actually. Hot. I can't really taste the flavour of the ginger, but I'm definitely getting the warmth of the ginger on my tongue. And I put more in the pinch than they said. So I think that's what it's meant to be. It's just a hint of warmth, a different sensation, a different flavour compared to what they've been eating with everything else. I can see how the cayenne would have been better. It's like a bigger, sharper kick. But it is nice. It is warm. It is warming because of the temperature and because of the ginger. See, on a cold UK night, this would have been awesome. Coming from your patrol, cold weather, you walk into this. Oh yeah, it would have been awesome. That is very tasty. I will definitely make that again, and I will definitely be playing with the flavours as well, because there's so many different options you could do with this. But next month I'm out of rice now, so or even just make a single portion each time, so I don't use all my rice. Anyway, cheers. I'm going to enjoy this, and I'll catch you later. Bye. Simple but tasty. Yum. And speaking of simple but tasty, here's the curried mint slice that I made like I did in February. And this time I put it in leftover tortillas from the freezer. Guess what? I've been shopping. And I found some stuff. Got a whole bag of stuff. Okay, first up, I liked the Barry's tea so much, and I found this in the supermarket today. Last time it was only the half size box, and I got it from iHerb, and it was expensive. But this I found in the British section of the supermarket, so I got 2 boxes of that because that was really nice. Something I'm really excited to try. is these gravy granules, because I've heard Carl and all the UK vloggers that I watch talk about gravy granules, and I've got 2 different kinds to try. Because gravy's coming in clutch lately. It really makes the food taste so much better. Well, not better, but you know what I mean. Oh, these aren't supposed to be in here. That's pineapple for my kiddo. Oh well. Alright, I've also got chicken gravy granules. Now, I couldn't find the low sodium version, but that's okay. I actually found this Marmite. I am really excited to try this. I hope I like it because I have a whole jar of it. I guess if not, I can ship it off to one of the other family members to to try. And I've heard of things that go with fish and chips in the UK. Staples of fish and chips. And that's mushy peas and curry sauce. So I'm hoping those ones are a good brand or tasty. I don't know, but I will try them and see how they go. Okay. Another thing is these. I've tried these before. There were so many other biscuits that all had chocolate in them, so I couldn't have them, or dairy just in the actual biscuit, so I couldn't have them. They even had Tato brand chips and the Walker's prawn cocktail chips, but the chips, I can't have them. But even if I could, there's dairy in both of those. They had the cheese and bacon Tatos, they had cheese and onion Tatos, they had everything but plain. So that's a bit of a bummer, but oh well. Keep an eye out for those. And now I found this. Now I'm excited to try this because all of the mustard pickles we have here have cucumber in them. So I don't want them in the house because kiddo's allergic. So I'm looking forward to pickles and cheese. I mean, I like it's called the Branston pickle, but I prefer a mustard pickle because that's what I grew up eating. So I'm excited to try the piccalilli. This is just cauliflower and onion, no cucumber. So that hopefully it'll taste good. A tin of mushy peas, bought 2 just in case I like it. And they had Yorkshire pudding mix, but again it had milk powder in it, so I couldn't get that. I was so excited. I was like, yes, I can just make it a mix. No, had milk in it, milk powder in it. And I got 2 jars of that. That way if kiddo likes it, I can share. That's the doorbell, the door camera thing going off if you hear the chimes. It's annoying, it goes on and on all day. And last but not least, I've got some of this and some of this. I haven't tried either of these. I will check and see if they were around during the rationing period, and if they weren't, then I'll just smell them and the others can taste them. But I've wanted to try these for years. So that's my little haul, my little grocery haul. I will now have to work out which things are on points, which things aren't on points. For the ones that are on points, they'll just go in my points pantry in my room and then bring them out in following months to come. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this, especially the mushy peas. They're supposed to be really tasty. I hope it's a good brand. What do my UK subscribers think? Is it a good brand? I don't know. It's the only kind I could get. I've never had mushy peas, so I am looking forward to trying them. You can see what texture they are because they look very mushy. And I'm just worried they're going to be really salty. But at least it's a small tin. If I don't like it, at least it's a small tin. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this on some toast. Because it always just looks so goopy. The good news is I can use up my Vegemite first because it's used by next year. So that's okay. I don't have to open it straight away. So yeah, that's my little grocery haul for UK grocery haul, and I'm excited to try these. But that's it for now, and I will catch you later. Bye. Oh, this is a cheeky little lunch. With the curry, it's absolutely delicious. I hadn't thought to put the pickle on top of the tomato, cheese, and onion toasties before. Oh, it's so yummy. It's nice vinegary kick. Well, this week was a hard one. For those of you who've been long-time viewers of mine, you know that I struggle with fatigue. It's one of the big symptoms of my MS and my PMDD. This week was a fatigue week. It was really hard. And this week has really taught me that I definitely need to push the editing time back a week. I can't do the rationing week and get that video up in the same week. It's just not feasible. It was hard enough on high energy weeks, but this week I've really struggled. I only did one recipe. I ate a lot of my leftovers from the freezer, which is what they're there for, which is why I make the 4 portions of a lot of meals, so that I have freezer meals left over. They were so handy this week. I ate pretty much that whole meatloaf. I think I did eat the whole meatloaf this week. But over several days. It was just all in one day. I think I have fish cakes left, so that's about all. I have 1 serving of fish cakes left. Maybe a portion of minced slice from the first batch I made. I think I would play with the amount of liquid in the meatloaf because it was a little bit crumbly, but it was nice and meaty with all that oatmeal in it. It was really meaty. It was tasty. So yeah, I'm sorry about this week. There's a lot of brain fog happening, a lot of fatigue, and kiddo also had some mental health stuff going on this week, so I had to support there as well. So any spoons I had, any energy I had, went to where it was necessary. So I'm glad I got a video up, and I will catch you later, and thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with what's going on this week, and I hope I have more energy next week. I will talk to you later. Bye. For the ones that are on points, they'll just go in my points pantry in my room, and then I can bring them out in proceeding. No, lots of cars now. Aha, that one's turning. All right.